it's Miss Dixon, and we're going to be writing and solving an equation from a word problem. We're going to use this word problem as an example. It's about a grocery store that charges $3 for a dozen eggs plus $5 for delivery, and we want to find out how many dozen eggs can you get delivered with just $50. So an equation that would make this work is you've got to remember that you have, for every dozen eggs, we'll call the dozen eggs x, because we need to find out how many dozen eggs, or how many x's, can we buy with $50. For every dozen eggs we buy, we have to pay $3. And then after we pay that $3, we also have to pay the delivery costs of $5. So we have $3 for every dozen eggs plus $5 equals our total cost. Now we only had $50, so our total cost needs to be $50. So we need to solve 3x plus 5 is no more than $50, or equals $50. So now we've written the equation, we've done this part. Now we need to solve the equation. So we need to get the term with x by itself, which means we need to subtract 5 from both sides. Whatever you do on the left, you have to do on the right, which leaves you with 3x. Uh-oh, getting sloppy. Leaves you with 3x equal to $45. That's $3 also. Now I need to get the variable by itself. So I'm going to divide by 3 to isolate x. And if I divide the left side by $3, I have to divide the right side by $3. And that gives me that x equals 45 divided by 3 is $15. Now I'm not done. I have to answer the question. How many does... Oh, not dollars. The dollars actually simplified out. So I'm dividing dollars by dollars, which just leaves me with 15. So now I have to answer the question, how many dozen eggs can you get delivered with $50? And the answer is I can get 15 dozen eggs. So if you have 15 dozen eggs, does that make sense? Let's look back at the question. Does 15 dozen eggs make sense to the question? I can get $3 for every dozen. 15 is a positive integer. It's a possible number of dozen of eggs. So that answer makes sense. You may have noticed that when I saw that there was a dollar sign left, that didn't make sense because I'm looking for a dozen eggs. How many dozens of eggs? That's not going to have a dollar sign with it. So I kept working until I got an answer that made sense. Now you try. Have fun.